Hey, greetings and salutations. I'm Big Brother. Call me Andy if you like. How's everybody doing? It's been a wonderfully hot day. Break a sweat just walking to the car. Uh, Going around to all the gas stations looking for a Slurpee machine open or shoot, just even a cold drink. I prefer the ones that have the cute little cubes of ice. I went to three different gas stations earlier today, and everybody's ice machines out. All the Slurpee machines aren't working, or they're out. You can definitely tell it's that it's that kind of heat. People are getting a little more uptight. Sup, garbage mo? Sup? Here's a gentleman that I follow. If you're catching me on the yeah, it is. Uh, Go check him out. He's on TikTok and Instagram, I think. I know I see these things on Instagram, so I think he's a TikToker. Yes, it is. My sales have been strong. Uh, yeah, I did pretty good over the weekend. Uh, Still a lot of people are buying the cheaper items, right? But I put a lot of the toys that I collected, that I personally collected over the '90s. I put them up for sale, and a lot of them just sliding right out the door, which kind of makes me feel good. Yeah, yeah. Well, we already know you're a banger. I'll pay you $1 for that and turn around and sell it for 65. Yeah, Garbage Monster here. He has some pretty neat videos. They're short and sweet. I have tonight uh, postcard, all new inventory stuff that I bought at the last auction. So it's all fresh inventory. Uh, a lot of it from the 1900s to 1930s. I got a lot of stuff from the Chicago 1933 World's Fair or International Exposition, as it was called. I got a lot of those. With writing on the back, and a lot of the writing is what makes the postcard worthy, other than it's old and from the old science fair. Like one of the cards says, "Here's this tower thing," which was if you did research, which I did, of course, uh, and it says, this thing was really tall, taller than it looks in the pictures, and oh yeah, and some guy committed suicide off this thing." Okay, so went digging down that rabbit hole to see what that was about. But she writes in all of them, so apparently these were purchased at that time, at 1933. Uh, I have one item here from, if you catch any of my stuff from last week, I sold a lot of 1800s uh, receipts and just all kinds of things. Uh, Promissory notes, things like that. They're all from like the early 1800s to mid 1800s. I sold a lot of those last week in bundles. Um, yeah, well, this came out of that lot. This is one of the few things. I think there's three things in that lot that very seriously considered putting online. But I'll give this one a go here if anybody's interested. I'll showcase it in a minute. But this is a deed, a mortgage deed from 1845, and it's got the original seal on it. It's got the justice of peace signature. It's got all. It's really over the top, and You know, you look around on eBay and they're all over. Some people asking 15 for these things. Some people putting a bunch of them in bundles and trying to sell them off that way. But you know, as I look through everybody else's, nothing has this amount of recording from the officials. Yeah, like received as, let's see, recorded in the book number 18 of the records of audits in Cranston, I guess. Pages 7 and 8 on this 24th day of April, 1845. Uh, Witnessed by this person, James so and so, Justice Clerk, and another Justice Clerk. And on the back, there's a Justice of the Peace signature. And on the well, look, I guess I'm going to go ahead and show it now, huh? But I'll show it more in depth in a little bit. But you know, this here, this all this writing, all this stuff, and you can read this. This is legible, um, or as some people say, readable. Uh, yeah, it's a gorgeous piece of ephemera. It really is, and it's it's not cheap. It's not what I normally sell my things for here, but I am gonna offer it up here first, cheaper than what I'm gonna offer it up on eBay. So, you know, as I always do. But you know, I got a lot of postcards. Like I said, it's all fresh inventory, and it's not just postcards. I got little bits of ephemera here and there. Also, at somebody's request, I'm gonna sell a lot of my, not a lot as in a bunch of, a lot as in everything in this flat. I'm gonna give it a go, and this is for the journaling, scrapbooking people. There's over 100 pieces of bits and bobs, and you know, just little things. I will go through and pull out some of them to show you some of the things you get. But I've got about 6 of these made up now. I'm always adding and taking one out of this and putting it in there so we can get a lot of variety, you know, and not just have a bunch of postcards in them. So, you know, it's things like that. Got a lot of, and my stuff is vintage, of course, so most of the stuff you're going to get is going to be vintage. So, you know, there's just all kinds of things. I got old greeting cards in here. I have old, you know, just things like this, things that you could use for scrapbooking or whatever you do. Look, here's one with a bunch of eyeballs on it. You know, so things of that nature. I'll be selling this for the scrapbooking slash journaling people out there, and I'll see how well it does. And if I do well with them, then I'll go ahead and sell the rest of them here. I would prefer to sell them here. Uh, I don't know. I feel more comfortable with the people that I do business with here. It's more personal. Yeah. So that's what I got going on. What I can say is that I just got back from my group therapy session, and uh, I'm trying to learn how to deal with my AUDHD, which means I am autistic and ADHD, but I am more autistic than anything. See me doing this, you know, when people are playing with hands, it's called stemming, and I do this a lot, and that's why we get fidget spinners and things of that nature to keep us busy. It helps focus our anxieties, our problems and stuff on that, and we can keep it centralized in this area and it not be up here. That's the best way I can explain it, I guess. Uh, One of the things that I don't talk about that sounds really strange, that's hard for typical people to understand, is that I can hear electricity sometimes. It doesn't happen all the time, but if you know, if I go past a power plant with the great big power lines and stuff, I can hear that, and it freaks me out. Um, Sometimes, like these little light bulbs and stuff, don't hear those, but those really long light bulbs, especially the ones, the fluorescent ones, the older ones, boy, I can hear those bigger than poop. I mean, it's what is it I hear? The best way to, like, for me to explain it is it's like a static, like it, if you're old enough to remember when TV actually went off the air, you know that sound, right? It's a lot like that. I don't hear sparking electricity like you would say in a movie or cartoon. It's not like that at all. But that sound, right? That's the best way for me to explain that. That's, but I don't feel it all the time. Now I know other people that are that have that are autistic, and they can it affects them all the time. Um, they're more sensitive. One of the things about autism is people are more sensitive to things. Uh, whether or not you believe in ghosts, whatever, people that have extreme autism, which I'm, I'm near that, um, they're more open to things. A lot of these people, they turn out to be mediums. Uh, a lot of mediums are autistic people, and it's just because they're more aware. So, yeah, well, okay. Um, you know, I can hear it in the car with all the windows closed. Okay, I don't have to be out in the open to hear it. It's not auditory, really. It's in my head. So, but that I'm trying to deal with these things. It's I can't lie. I know this sounds stupid. I can't lie. It bothers me. So, um, I'm brutally honest with people, and sometimes when I'm honest like that, when they ask me a question, I hurt their feelings. And I don't mean to. I just answer because that's just how I am. And you know, I told that to my niece very early in her life when she was like 6 or 7. But I told her I would always be honest and true to her. But sometimes if I say something that hurts her feelings, that she should say, "Hey, uncle, do this, do that." Uh, and like when she started learning how to bake, now she's 15 and she can cook by herself, right? Whereas I think everybody should learn. But yeah, when she was first starting to bake, I would say, "Yeah, that sucks." And that's well, look, it's not too bad. I had to go back because I felt bad about how I reacted to her, but she knows, and she did better the next time, and I tell her that, and so maybe she gets some kind of reward. And it just makes me feel bad sometimes that how I interact with other people. And yeah, it's hard. So that's why I'm going to therapy is learn how to deal with these things. I'm learning about how to set boundaries for myself so I'm not so always bleh. But other than that, I'm doing great. Uh, yeah. So let's see, 15, and I tell you what, we're gonna. I hear it. It only bothers me sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. There's it's a spectrum, right? Everybody has a little bit of the same and a little bit of the different. I say I'm autistic, and somebody that doesn't know, and you say, "Oh, well, like Rain Man," I said, "Yeah, I am not like that." You know, I'd be in Vegas if I was. Uh, you know, I, it's hard to explain. and I'm trying to learn about it myself because it is me, and I just want to. I don't know. I just want to connect with the rest of the world and not be judged because it's not a disorder. Uh, it's just my brain thinks differently. That's all. Um, and we have science to thank for this. I don't think too much of our current administration. Just going to throw that out there, especially JFK Jr. or whatever, RFK. Yeah, Mr. 20 years ago, autism wasn't a thing. Well, yeah, 20 years ago, we didn't have the science or the knowledge that progressed us forward. That's why everybody has it now. So, yeah. So, he's an idiot. He's a moron. He needs to go. Vaccines don't work. Yeah, okay. I got proof against that one too. Anyway, I'm gonna not be political. So let me. I also have this coming up. I have an auction that I might go to. So yeah, it's a lot of vintage. Uh, hmm, Klansman stuff. There's also going to be a lot of black memorabilia there, which is what draws me to that because I do well in that category. A lot of people are afraid of it because eBay's wishy-washy about taking things down. But if you know what you're doing, you should be okay. Yeah, so I don't agree with those things. Those things are horrible, but they are history. And honestly, anybody's money is just as good as the next. But I don't really feel that way. I don't know. So how do I deal with it? Well, I'm probably gonna go and film anyway, and I don't know if YouTube will let me post it. We'll see. There's gonna be some Nazi memorabilia there too. I I don't I don't see me buying anything there, but there might be some things that aren't related to that maybe I can purchase. So this is an ethical and moral question that has come across, and I have been to those kind of auctions before, and I have purchased some of those things before. I've purchased the medallions that were on SS troops things, and they were authentic, they were real, and they were worth big bucks. So yeah, I did buy those, and there are sites where it is okay for me to sell that kind of thing. I think it's gunbroker.com. You can sell anything military, regardless of what military. Sell your guns there, sell your archery, all the stuff frowned upon uh, by most of society. So yeah, I've got that. I've got that going through my head. I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna go. I'm gonna do some filming. Hope YouTube doesn't suppress it. Be careful what I do film, and we'll go from there. Yep, that's a thing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It feels kind of, I don't know, icky to me, but then again, I'm a reseller, so what do I do? These are things. Yep, so that's going on, and that's next, not this upcoming Saturday, but the following Saturday, or maybe we'll see. So yeah, that's going on. Anyway, let's jump into this. It's been long enough. I'm gonna stop here in about 40 minutes. I've got a lot of cool cards. I've got some. These are all postcards, but this mount, they're all celebrity. They're all marked, so you know who they are. But they're beautiful cards. and they're in wonderful condition. Some of them aren't perfect, but a lot of them here are from the 40s. A lot of them are studio cards from the Selznick studio in Culver City, California. That lady right there. Some of them, yeah. So, like, this is from MGM Studios in Culver City, California. So, yeah, it's a lot of celebrity cards. I'm going to be selling those. Like I said, I got a lot of these 1933 international thing that happened in Chicago. Uh, Cabinet cards, some different kinds of ephemera in here. Like, I also have seasonal things. I have a couple Halloween cards that I'll bring out, but they will not be cheap. Not by my standards cheap. You know that most of my postcards they'll go for $2 each, and that may not be the case tonight. Most of them will, but I have some here that are special, unique. Where did my Halloween cards go? Well, maybe I'll run across them. And I have some beautiful old cards. Let's start the bidding off right here with this one. Beautiful card. Postmarked 1909. Printed in Germany card. Uh, they always did the best work back then. As you can see, it is a full color card with lots of blue. Blue on a postcard, especially this much blue, means it was not cheap because blue is a color that's hard to duplicate in nature, period. So, well, we got lapis, that's stone to blue, and that's used to make things. So, anyway, let's see. I see one little pinhole right there, and it's teeny weeny. The back, I like reading the backs of these cards, let's see. I think of you often and feel ashamed that I don't get out to see you. But believe me, I still consider you one of my dearest friends. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Somebody getting a cold shoulder there. Anyway, bidding will start at $2 on this card. Anybody like this card? Hey, Mike, how you doing? The crazy card. How you doing, buddy? Veronica, hey, how you doing? Hey, Veronica, I'm going to be selling one of my journal scrapbooking things later. So, how you doing? $2 on the card. 1909, made in Germany. Lots of blue. So, there you go. The bottom. Look at my dirty fingers. I've been working. Let's see. From Chicago, Illinois, February 12th at 11:30 p.m. Yep. The bottom says, a token of true love. Yeah. Sorry I haven't been around to see you, but I still think about you. Okay. Cold shoulder. Okay. If anybody's interested in that. Well, I don't. Do you enjoy your grandbabies? I figure most grandmoms enjoy their grandbabies, but if they get to be fighting and stuff, that's awesome. Well, enjoy the peace while you can. Anyway, if you're interested in this card, it will be number 11. I go on the record here and say, yeah, yeah, I understand that. I do understand that. Ooh, okay, let's pull up the next one. Okay, this is a thick paper card. So again, this one was probably worth a little bit more because my God, it's like cardboard almost. Printed matter, 1909, undivided back, which means everybody has to write on the front. That was the law at the time for undivided back cards. The Star of Bethlehem, Christmas greetings. Yours, Langman family. Hey, Sung, how you doing? But don't say my name. Okay, KW, we got you. Call you Bob. Thanks, Bob. Sundays, I have to cancel my Sundays for a couple of Sundays. I have too much stuff going on. A lot of it is auctions. This is the heavy auction season. I could be doing 2 to 3 auctions a week if I wanted to, but uh, I'm just doing one a week right now, and that's a lot because that's a 7-hour day. So uh, I'm not going to do one this Sunday, but I'm talking with somebody else to see if I can do like a collab with somebody else on a Sunday. So here, I need to mark this down. So as far as Sundays go, you're just going to have to pay attention to my community page. I got a few things up there too, like Veronica. I have a link to her videos. I encourage everybody here to go check out Veronica's videos. That link is on my community page. And from her page, you can go check out her district to see what she has to sell. So, you know, I'm willing to give back everybody that supported me. Kathy, Sunley, if you guys have videos and stuff like that, you have your names blue, throw them out there, or tell me what they are, and I'll link them up on my post. It says I've got a little over 600 subs, but honestly, I've got about like 6 or 7 that show up all the time. So, okay, let me get back to what I was doing here. $2, 1909, undivided back Christmas greetings card. Does have the postmark there, right across the star, of course. So, and there you go, undivided back. And up there it says printed matter, and man, is that a thick card. If you are interested in that card, it is number 12. And I need to put these elsewhere. All invoices have been sent out. Veronica, I have some of your things. It's not much, honestly. But, if you want your stuff, I can always clear you out. I just wanted to get everybody out, everybody done. Oh, I really need to be more organized. There we go. Oh, let's see. Next one I pull up is 1920 from Deadwood, South Dakota. Deadwood. Oh, yeah. Oh, this fancy writing on the back. Was much surprised to get your card with your new address. We'll write you a real letter some of these days. We're all fine and would love to see you. Would love to see you folks. Anyway, this is my Christmas wish. Yeah, I know, and I've already sent it out, so it went out today. It's on its way. Merry Christmas time to you. Happy days and blessings true, golden joys and fortune bright, and a heart that's ever light. Oh, this one's got a gizmo on it. I don't know. It's definitely a pretty good mark. But anyway, here we go. My Christmas witch. There's a slight bend right here, as you can see. But that's a beautiful card. And there's the back. From Deadwood, South Dakota. $2. Like most cards. If you like that card, that's number 13. Here, just put these over here. Okay, I seem to have an Easter card here. The Easter cards always like the Easter cards from the old postcards because they're always beautiful. But that's a personal thing. I like them better than the Christmas cards. 1921, Chicago. Easter greetings for you. Bunny is a jolly friend who comes at Easter tide to bring a wish for happiness and happy thoughts beside. A beautiful little card there. Close up of the little girl playing with the bunnies. It's a beautiful card, $2. It's got a light red border on it, which denotes that it is some kind of card. So, yeah. Okay. To Veronica, it is. I always appreciate everybody that stops by. Give me a thumbs up, share me out if you know somebody else. It's kind of applying myself at my therapy. I may or may not have somebody pop in. If that person is out there, feel free to jump in chat. Everybody here, all the ladies are really nice to each other. It's a nice little community, and we can get together and chit chat and stuff like that. Let's see. I have another Easter card up here. 1929. Sending you blossoms is like carrying coals to Newcastle, but the wish is okay. Your Aunt Sarah. I'm not really sure what Aunt Sarah meant by that. Beautiful Easter card. A little bit of the gold foil title there. Okay, yeah, with dainty buds and blossom too, I send this greeting onto you to wish you joyous Easter. $2. All my cards are going to be $2 unless I otherwise say so. Because I do have some bundles and I will otherwise say so. $2 for the card. Yeah. Is it because it's hot? The Easter card will be number 14. If anybody's interested. Again, if you're watching me on replay and you see something you want, see it shows up over here on replay. Send me your YouTube name, your real name, your address, your PayPal address, because I do everything. I invoice through PayPal. I use Pirate Ship like everybody else doing this kind of thing. I charge what they charge, so we don't have to worry about shipping. If I have a certain arrangement with you, a lot of these ladies here are dedicated. You know, I trust them. So, you know, I'll hold on to their stuff for a while. And if they spend over 75 bucks, I'll take 10 bucks off of shipping. So if your shipping's only like 9 bucks, it's free shipping. If you got a $14 shipping, then it's only going to be $4 shipping. So, you know, but we have to build up some trust first. So, yep. Anyway, $2 on that. Number 14, if you're interested. And I'm doing this backwards. Oh no, you're going to be one of those. You're going to be one of them hoity-toity Apple users. Yeah, I'm considering getting an Apple too. It does have the best movie quality. I've heard it has the best editing software, stuff like that. I will be dropping some videos, a set of 5, where I went to the auction and you get to see long chunks of the auction. So you get to see one item get sold right after the other. And I made them in 10 to 15-minute increments so they don't drag on because nobody wants to sit there and watch an hour-long video. Let's see. This one is not postmarked. It is Whitney made. This is going to be 1900s, early 1900s. May the new year hold you for good things, old and joyous new year greetings. It is a new year card. Has the gold, what I can only assume is moon. And there we go. Closer look. If you're interested at all in that card, that's 15. Oh, okay. You got it. Vern. Ooh. However, she's there with what I can only assume is your granddaughter. I think he said, "Okay." The comment, the little bit that I heard from that last video drop you had was Veronica says, "I'll read the card and you open the gifts," and then you hear, "Yes." That tickled me. Okay, let's see. This is another New Year card. It's got a lot of robins. I think the robins. A happy new year. Happy new year to you. May the words convey the many things I wish for you in the friendliest kind of way. No postmark. This is probably 1910s. Uh, yeah, but that is the. I'm not sure what the gig is with the birds, but I'm sure it has some meaning that has been lost to me. If this is one you like, it's $2. It does have the writing on the top. Says Mr. Knapp. So this was probably given to a teacher for a greeting. So, oh yeah, that was ticklish. I mean, that was funny. Yes. If you're interested in the New Year card with the bluebirds, that's number 16. Grab another one. Christmas card. It's thick. So somebody paid up for this one, and it's got a very light blue border. Like I said, the ones with the borders are usually parts of sets. Merry Christmas. Memory ties a friendship knot. Forget me nots of blue around the old Christmas wish for old time's sake and you. So it's got the forget me nots around there. Gold ribbon right through the middle. Fancy writing. And it is blank on the back side. You know, this may very well be just a card and not necessarily a postcard. This might have been just a card that you give to somebody, because a lot of it was done like that, like to teachers and stuff, you know. So $2 if you're interested. That'll be number 17. If you like the Forget Me Nots, Merry Christmas. Yeah. Veronica did buy it. So I'm just gonna do them. But like I said, Veronica got this one for 2, Kathy. So I'm just doing buy it now. So I got a stack. So throw it out there. If you're having problems with your internet, let me know. I'll slow down and we can, you know, do the bidding thing if you like. Uh, since I've been doing this, and it's not really been a thing with this channel, so here's a little gizmo. Johnny Hop Club Dance, Saturday evening, November 15th, 1919, at the Shawnee Temple. Music by Jordan, back from New York. Mr. So-and-so, club member, subscription open from 9 till 12, non-transferable, and in a stamp right across, which is like it says, invitation must absolutely be presented at the door for admittance. So, uh, I'm going to ask 3 on this. Otherwise, you'll see it on eBay later for probably about 15. 15 your best offer, and I'll take a 9 or 10. You know, that's what I expect when I do that. So that's what it is. $3 for the Shawnee Hop Club Dance Invitation, which somebody apparently didn't get to go. She's watching other channels. That's okay. I don't care. Which one you watching? Let's see. There's 2 I can think of. The Revived Sisters. They've pulled a lot of my audience off. And Thrifty Amber channel, where they're on a glass kick. So if you want glass, go check their stuff out. Anyway, that's number 18. If you want the Shining Hop Club Dance for 3. Let's do a bundle real quick. What do you think? Do a bundle? Well, I just had. Okay, well, I'm gonna make those 2. I'll throw this one in. That's a person of significance. I will do these 3 things. No, Steph. Okay. Okay, so this is Sonia Henney from the Ice Follies at the Indianapolis Coliseum. She was a Olympian back in the day, in the 40s, but here is a picture of her. So she was a former Olympian. This photo has, it's not a bend, but the shiny part cracked. But that's her. I'm also going to throw in this, which is going to be left up to interpretation. I really don't know much about this. I tried looking. I tried. For what I think this is a Marine Corps band, and it looks like they're out of some big brick, you know, marble building, something important, and who knows what they're doing there. But it's a nice picture. It's on nice paper. It's got a frame, kind of. And here is a very old cabinet card. Young boy with his violin. And that little dapper man showing that he can play. So these three things, 5. So yeah. Yep. 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 What's this one? Oh yeah. If anybody is interested in this bundle for 5, you're more than welcome to it. Again, this is Sonia Haney from the Ice Follies. She was a former Olympian, I think silver medal. You can look her up. She's online. The name anyway. But this is an actual photograph, so there's no other like it. What I believe to be a Marine Corps band, but it's service of some kind there. And the cabinet cards, definitely 1890s, probably Victorian. Most cabinet cards are. So there you go. There's that. Those three things, 4, 5, number 19. If you're interested, there we go. Okay, I tell you what. Let's do some of these celebrity cards. Postcards. A lot of them are fan cards. Some of them were for the efforts of the war. Hey, go buy some bonds. They're dated in the 40s, some of them. So I'll go through them and I'll tell you who they are. Some of the names I recognize, some of them I don't. Anyway, thanks for the nice letter and the comment. MGM Studios, Culver City, California. Dear friend, thank you for your thoughtful interest in writing about the radio program. It is gratifying to you among our listeners and a pleasure to try to bring you music you enjoy. With cordial greetings, sincerely, I don't know. I cannot read that. I think the last name is Eddie, maybe. But there he is. Does a radio program, so it's dated, definitely. Postmarked 1942, just the beginning of the war. Where Hollywood's getting political, as they should always. Yeah, $2. All these cards are going to be $2. All these celebrity cards are going to be $2. Here we go. This is Jimmy Wakely, born 2/16/14, married 12/13/35 to somebody miser, children, and it has all their ages from 1950. Yeehaw. $2. Jimmy Wakely. If you like it, just put Wakely in the comments, and I'll do that. All these cards are $2 each. Next one up is a real photo postcard. Nelson Eddy. Okay. Nelson Eddy. Okay. Thank you, Miss Wiseman. Thanks, Bob. Let's see. Birthplace of Will Rogers near Ulaga, Oklahoma. It is a real photo postcard. And there's where Will Rogers grew up. $2 for a real photo postcard of somebody's house. Will Rogers, everybody should know Will Rogers. If you don't, I don't say, let's see. This next one is from Warner Brothers Studios. It's hard to read this one. This one was attached to a photo book at one time and ripped out. It still has the black from those pages, but it does say Warner Brothers Studios on it, and it is signed Bruce Bennett. And there's what Bruce Bennett looks like. This is Greta Garbo. Please tell me you know Greta Garbo. There she is. Nice and shiny. This is probably a fan club. So pretty quick on that, Kathy. I thank you very much for the information. I always enjoyed learning. I am like a sponge. I just wish I could retain things. Postcard. Not done. Let's see. Yeah. Melvin Douglas and Greta Garbo. Probably some movie they did. Says Wie die Mich wünscht, which is probably German. Reproduction verboten, which means forbidden. As You Desire Me, which is probably the name of the movie. Here you go. Okay. So yeah, this is a German card with Greta Garbo and that dude, Melvin Douglas. Douglas, he's part of the Douglas clan, you know, Kirk Douglas and the other Douglases. In movies, you know, there's always dynasties, right? Made in France. France. Connie Griffith from United Artists. Yeah. I agree, Sung Lee. I agree. So there we go. Wow, look at just the fashion at the time. He definitely has starlit eyes. Yeah, any of these cards, holler out, $2. Anita Page, another German card. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yes, MGM. Okay. And she likes koalas. Well, I'm rich enough. I'm gonna go buy a koala. So from MGM Studios, this is Anita Page. Unlike me, I need a break. I got a lot of them. Okay, here's another Jimmy Wakely from Capitol Records. Thanks for writing, and please write me again sometime. The latest Capitol record, Solid South, and Another Fool Steps In. Best wishes, Jimmy Wakely. Twang. So please ignore my dirty fingernail. Oh my God, that's getting on my nerves. Here is the back that had all that information on it. As you can see, it is a Capitol Records. This one will definitely be going on eBay if it does not sell because it says Capitol Records on it. Now, record stuff is hot right now. Ooh, let's see. Warner Brothers, 1945. End of the war. Best wishes. Dane Clark. Dave Clark, maybe? Could be Dave Clark. But that looks like Dane. But it could be Dave Clark. Pictures Incorporated. Yeah, this is a fan club. This photograph is sent to you in appreciation of your friendly letter. Personally autographed pictures of the star may be retained from the studio. Here's the cost of printing, all that stuff. Fan card. Here's another Buster Crab. I know that name. There you go. And his little signature there. Definitely a fan club card. Done. Dane. Okay. Yeah. My eyes aren't great either. Maybe it's the heat affecting my eyes. Bob Steele. Cause there's a rustling in my jeans. Cause the cook's been serving beans. Little cowboy ditty. Postcard, unmarked, unsigned. At the top, some of them are marked who they are. "1944, Santa Monica postcard. Paul Henreid. Henreid? This one looks like it's actually signed. There's ink. That's ink. Yeah, this one's personally signed. There you go. That's not a photocopy of a signature. This actually looks like ink. Wow. I have to get on it with a loop. Wow. Hey, Janet, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm going through a lot of Hollywood type cards. $2 a pop. All postcards. Vera Ellen. Oh, she's pretty. Uh, that's not a real signature. That's a photocopy of a signature. So this is definitely a fan club card. That's 2. If you're into scrapbooking journaling, I will be auctioning off 2 things that apply. I have a lot of these, so maybe I'll save some for later. They don't seem to be going over so swell here, but I'm going to show them anyway. Oh, this one is personally signed. All good wishes, Dottie. 1944. Dottie somebody because the name's covered up there. There you go. Google and somebody real quick. Find out who she is. So. Played a lot of murderers. So, her name is Dottie. And that is definitely ink. So this is signed. Now, well, it's signed by their secretaries or their fan club people. I can't tell you for sure, but there you go. This might be her. This is another fan club card. Wanda Hendricks. She almost looks like a young Natalie Wood. So yeah, pretty card. Nice and shiny card. Dorothy Lamour. Thank you for dropping all the knowledge, Kathy. I really do appreciate it. 1946. Thank you, Paulette Goddard. Maybe played in some Tarzan shows? So, there you go. Hello, Miss Punky. How you doing? Hope you're feeling good. It's been a couple of weeks, few weeks. You should have the crud almost gone by now, I would think. I gotta watch the time. This one has an actual border on it. Vilma Blakely. It is pressed border. It looks, there you go. Just a bunch of flowers around her picture. Man, that's gorgeous. That's a good picture. I like that picture. Yeah, that's an early one. 30s, 40s, probably. I don't know. This seems older because of the pressing around it, but it says Vilma Blakely, so you can look up what she did and what time, and that'll tell you when the postcard is. 1954. Thank you for your note. 54. Wow, this one's late. Yeah. Okay. Her. And there's a thing going across here. I'll let this one go for $1. If anybody wants her. Well, that's the wrong thing to say. What's this stamp says? Hire the handicap. It's good business. Okay. And this one's from Kentucky. Well, thank you very much, Linda. Huh. I'm going to end it here in about a half an hour, but well, that was married to. Oh, really? Well, we know Burgess Meredith was the Penguin on the old Adam West Batman. That's cool. Oh, here's a sexy picture. Marguerite Chapman. Yeah, this is a postcard, unposted, unmarked. That's a photocopy of their signature. That's not an actual signature. Yes, they can. All these postcards are $2, except for that one that I said was $1. Nancy Carroll and Charles Rogers, made in France. Okay, well, this is a card for Paramount. Ooh, there's some bad press around Paramount right now. What do you think? So, there we go. It's an old one. Made in France card. Got, it seems to be a little damage on the back, but who looks at the back? So, there we go. Again, that's Nancy Carroll and Charles Rogers. I know some of these names because I watch old movies. Some of them are actually quality, and some of them aren't. Just like pictures nowadays. Warner Brothers. Good luck, Bob Hutton. And yeah, there we go. There's Bob. Hey, Bob. And a grumpy old man. Here's another one from Rod Cameron, 1947, California, Universal Studios. There's his signature up there. Let me see. That definitely looks like real ink. So he signed it. Probably had a secretary signed him. But, personally signed. And they all say the same. Hey, thanks for sending me this stuff. If you want a larger one, send this amount of money. I'll give you a personal autograph, that kind of thing. Fan club card. Any Mickey Rooney? Probably. I haven't gone through all of them, and honestly, I'm almost done with them. No, I'm not. I just found some more. I don't think so. Here, I got an old Lana Turner in here. And Lana Turner, hubba hubba. That's all I got to say about that. Here's somebody on a horse. Who could this be? Marshall Thompson. There, check that one out. He's on a horse. Second fiddles. What? Last name of Doll. Okay, well, I tell you what. I'm going to save what I have for next week. Next week is probably going to be a mixture of everything this week and last week because I still have more of that to go through. So there's going to be some more of the 1800s stuff. I found a couple more books. My books have been selling off of eBay, by the way, and I'm doing pretty good with those. I'm not selling them for much. But yeah, okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'm going to offer this bundle deal. I have these 4 right here. And I had these all separated, I dropped the box right before the thing started, so stuff like that. And those stay. Okay. I have here. Does he want to do all of these? Chicago's World's Fair, 1933 postcards. They have writing on the back. This person purchased these cards during 1933 because they comment on each of these sites about what they saw, what they did, things like that. So let me make sure, because there's a 34 in here and I want to pull it out. I'm going to make sure you get all the World's Fair things out of the way. Yeah, here's 1934. I'll throw it in for giggles. All right, this lot. I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 postcards. They are all from A Century of Progress, Chicago's 1933 World's Fair. 1 card from Chicago's 1934 International Exposition. But here we go. I'll show them real quickly. Like I said, all of them are marked. It says, we also went through this. So there, she went through that. It says what it is, Belgian building. On the bottom here, it does say Chicago's World Fair, 1933. There's that one. That's that one from 34. We haven't been here yet. This is the Dairy Building. Remember, these all 1933. Starting bid on these cards is going to be Let's see what I say. 6 cards. Is that what I said? 6 or 7? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, there's 6 here. I'll do 5 for the whole lot. Let's see. Buckingham Fountain. That's Chicago. When it was built, it like cost them $1 million. I read a lot about this, and it's still there, but it was there in 1933 too. So. Let's see. We went through here also. The Maya Temple, a nunnery at Exmoor. They went there too. All these are unposted. It's like she chronicled what she did by buying the postcards. This is the building where Paul worked last summer, running moving pictures, called the Moving Pictures. Isn't that neat? We spend a long time here. Very interesting. Everything in of Lincoln's in here, even his letters to his wife, yellow with age. The Illinois Host House. So a lot of Lincoln memorabilia in here. Care of my grandparents. And yeah, it says we also went through this. I went through that one. Okay, so all of these cards, 5, there's 6 of them that have writing explaining they went through them or this and that. If anybody is interested, oh my God, I got too much stuff laying around. Okay. Okay, thank you, Bob. Kathy? You ladies are confused about why I said Bob, because I'm not supposed to say her name. So, she has been designated Bob. Okay. These 4 cards all go together. Let's see. They're all made by color tone, if that means anything. Anyway, these are more of the same. They just don't have the exposition thing at the bottom. Electrical group at night. There is writing on the back. I will read it to you. That's a pretty cool looking. Seeing these pictures, I wish if you could travel back in time, right? I would definitely pick the 20s. It wasn't a great time for anybody that, to be honest with you, if you weren't white, you don't want to go back then. But, I'd like to do it. Electrical building at night, Chicago World Fair. This is a wonderful thing to see. Everything from the time we first had electricity. How I wish you folks could see the wonderful things. It's too hard to explain. I never could explain 1/3 of the wonderful inventions that are in here. There you go. So, yeah, there are 4 of these cards that all go together. And I'll do 5 on this set as well. Streets of Paris, a very worthwhile reproduction consisting of typical shops, buildings, and cafes. Oh, yeah. You can go to Paris by going to Chicago. This is where all the men uh, cast their eyes. There was so much talk about closing them up a while back. Sally Rand used to be here. So a lot of guys going in there to get some looky-loos. That's what she's saying. This is the Sky Ride. This has got something neat written on the back, as I had mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast. But here you go, Sky Ride. You can look this up. Just type in 1933 Sky Ride, and it's pretty stinking up, and you can see real pictures of it. But apparently, people ride from here to here, and it's like 250, 300 foot tall, and it handled like 3,000 people an hour or something like that. Let's see. One of the most interesting features of the Chicago's World Fair is the Sky Ride. The towers that are 600 feet high. There you go. Double-decked rocket cars run suspended from 4 cables between and around 2 towers. I said, this doesn't look as high in the picture as it really is, but believe me, it is too high up for me. A fellow committed suicide on here. I did do some digging. I did find out a janitor, for some unknown reason, committed suicide off of the tower. He drank 4 ounces of chloroform, and then there it goes. And yeah, okay. This is the old Heidelberg. Believe me, it is a lively place. They only soak you for 25 cents a bottle for beer. Wow. We walked by this place. Okay, so that's it. Okay, thanks, Bob. And then the last set that I have, it's also going to be 5. 4 cards, and these are different because they are color edge to edge, and the colors are better. Yep, that's it. 1933 International Exposition. Century of Progress. Let's see what we got here. This is the giant Haviline thermometer. So yeah, it's a really big thermometer. I wonder if it was filled with mercury because, yeah. Let's see. Grandpa will enjoy these pictures, I know too. And there's a little caption of what it is. Huge Haviline thermometer at 23rd Street at the Chicago 33's World's Fair. This thermometer is 200 feet high. Temperature at the fair can be seen from all parts. Like the temperature outside right now. What temperature is it? Who cares? It's hot. Breaking sweat getting out of the shower. Travel building. See the color washes. All yellow and all greens. Yeah, I know, right? 25 cents a beer. This is the front of the Travel and Transport building. I'm glad this lady signed these. We were all in here also. It's beautiful. From the Orient comes a beautiful example of Chinese architecture, a duplicate celebrated Golden Temple of Jihol, which is probably Yehol, with the images of Buddha and other Lama gods, incense burners, prayer wheels, and other paraphernalia. But yep, that looks like a temple to me. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I was up late last night, couldn't sleep. So I went out to the car. I had to go out to the car to sit outside and turn on the AC. Just not right, you know. But we're supposed to be getting some relief here Thursday night, Friday, where it's going to cool down into the 80s. Yay! But the humidity's supposed to fall off too, so we'll see. This is wonderful, more interesting to men. Jay liked it real well, but Pearl and I weren't so interested. Hall of Science, South Entrance. Yeah, so. And I got Bob in for 5 on these as well. You know, you're ever going to be forever known as Bob at this point, right? You created this, not me. My brain. My brain is dangerous. Thank you very much, Kathy. I appreciate your patronage. Oh, let's see. All right. I said I would go over these later. I will. These are the ones I went through. Let's bust out some neat cards. Yeah, gotta find the neat cards. There's some really pretty ones in here. All right, well, I'm just gonna start pulling them off the top and we'll go from there. This is a greeting card. It is not a postcard, but it's in the same vein. It will be $2 if you're interested. May this day be bright, be filled with delight, with a cake and toys and birthday joys. It is not signed. I imagine it's probably 1900s and 1910s. But nice little graphic. It might be 20s. Looking at the fine point. Okay. Happy birthday card. As you can see, it is just a greeting card. That's number 20 if you want it. Happy birthday card. We got here a Christmas card. These are back to $2. Damn, I know I had some Halloween cards in here. I might have pulled them out. More Easter cards. More Christmas cards. Oh yeah, here. I'll sell this one. I want $3 for this card, and there's a reason. But it is an Easter card. Let's see. It is old. 19 early 1900s. It is not an undivided back, however, because it's German in nature. With much love for a peaceful Easter loving. But yeah, look at that card. Beautiful card. Okay, Bob, got you. Gorgeous card. Yeah. We got here a bunny. Bunnies and chickens. Bunnies painting eggs. Oh, okay, I see it. It says Easter greetings on it. Asking 3 on this card because it is a full color picture. If anybody's interested, that's number 21 for 3. Okay. Get your card out here. Like I said, I got to pay attention to the time. I'll probably stop at 25. All right, look, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and sell this. Like I said, I've been putting a lot of these together. I've got 5 more out there, and honestly, I could probably make 5 more. All the ephemera that I don't sell, all the stuff that gets junked I'm now ripping them up and putting things up in the journals. They're not worth selling, or if they're just too damaged, keep some of the good parts and sell them in here. So there's more than 100 in here. I'll sell them as a lot of 100, but I always put in a little more. It's probably closer to 110. But I got all kinds of things in here, and I will show a starting bid, $10. Yeah, a murder rabbit. Okay, so some of the thing I'm just gonna show some of the things I got in here. Here, I got a first date issue in there. I've showed this before. Here's a bunch of eyeballs. I got Veronica in for 10. This is a bid. If anybody wants this, front and back. I've got there. I've got some of these that were ripped out of a children's book, probably. Here's one. Go, come here. Here's a music, lullaby. Of course, you're going to have postcards in there because, well, guess what Andy sells. So, you're going to have a lot of, I can tell you right now that this photograph you see is from the 1930s Africa missions, because I sold the rest of this lot online for $130. So, here's a little, this, it's in there. This is from, some insurance company. That's their advertisement from way back in the day. I've got, yes, I do have Halloween. I have 2 Halloween cards that I wanted to bring and show, but Halloween cards are not cheap. I do good for you guys, but I got a bunch of stamps, Boys Town stamps from 1966 here. There's a bunch of pictures of dolls. What else we got up in here? Oh yeah, I got some stuff in here from the early 1900s. Of course I do. Yeah, this came from a calendar. That's really old stuff there. A lot of my stuff is going to be old, guys. That's what I do. Here's some film. Here's some, here's pictures with lots of birds on them, so you can do all kinds of things. I think I got a pretty good mix in here. Here, I've got, I tried to sell these so many times, so now you just get them. This is how Andy gets rid of all the stuff. Oh yeah, I just got this from the auction last weekend, and this is a Indiana artist signed postcard. I got a few of those. They're spread throughout. Of course, I've got postcards. Of course, I do. Taj Mahal, all kinds of things. Little slides in here. Just a complete mixture. If you do things, I don't think I can package my stuff as well as the stuff that you got. Here's a big old picture of someplace. Creepy clowns. I have big pictures in here. There's some dogs. If you know who Maxine is, I got some Maxine. Cupid dolls. A good mix, I think. There's some photographs, some postcards. I come across a lot of books and magazines and card in there for some reason. Just whatever. A tiny. It says ticket All good things. And I got Veronica in for 10. So if anybody else wants it more than Veronica, just throw out, give me 11. I do have more of these. If this is something you guys want to see, I know Veronica does. But you know, if I get more interest in it, then I'll start doing it. You know, if that's what you want. Pictures. Here's a, I don't know, some kind of inventory thing. I just threw the whole thing in there. Who needs that mess? Here's a beautiful card. Lots of different picks. Lots of different picks. I'd be interested to see what Miss Veronica can come up with, because it looks like I'm selling it to Veronica for 10. There's a serviceman. Here's some more. There's a bunch of different pictures of flowers. So, and I did purchase some offline to see how other people put their stuff together. Do not fall. So I can judge how to put mine together. And hopefully I did a good job. And that belongs to Bob. Let's see. Let's write that down before we forget. You'll take the next lot, huh? Well, I'll tell you what, Kathy, why don't you show up next Tuesday and I'll just sell the other 5 that I have. And I'll show them and you guys can figure out what you want from there. And if it's better for me to start at 8 o'clock, that would be wonderful. That would actually give me some time to do some things. I just didn't want to, you know, I've been starting at 7 o'clock forever. But, you know, if you guys have somebody else you watch, I noticed that you come in a little later. So if 8 o'clock is a better time for me to show up, hey, I'll go for that. But I want to hear what you want to do because I cater to the customer. So you tell me. Hmm. Oh my goodness. Star Spangled Banner, America. Like I said, you're probably going to have a few postcards in here. But I know there's stamps in here. I noticed that people get stamps and all different kinds of, you know, little pictures so you can do things. I hope that I did good. If not, you got to tell me and I will adjust my stuff accordingly because this is a first time thing for me. So, all right, last thing I'm going to show you, ladies, is something very special. It did come out of the lot of just loose leaf uh, ephemera that I got. A lot of it I sold last Tuesday in bundles. Patty Crane scooped up a bunch of them from the 1800s. This one is too. This is a mortgage deed. It may be hard to see, but that says mortgage and that says deed. There you go. It is signed by 2 clerks of the peace. They serve the judge. And on the back, there's a little things that I testified that I saw this and these people showed up, and it says Justice of the Peace and has his signature here. So this is a legal document. You can read this writing. It is nice enough. You can actually read this writing because sometimes, man. Received a record April 22nd, 1845 at 12 o'clock noon. Witness James Adriel, Justice Clerk. Recorded in the book number 18 of the records of the audit in, I don't know, Cornerstone, Cranston. I can't make out the name. Pages 7 and 8 on this day, 24th day of April. So this is documented, showing that it is documented somewhere else, which really makes it cool. Uh, what makes this one special, well, in my eyes anyway, oh my goodness, it is intact. It is in wonderful condition. It still has the original seal on it. That would be the court seal. But look at this fancy writing, y'all. And you can read this. I'm just not going to try right now because that's a lot. All right. But it is a legal document. 1845. I tried to locate the house. I had this stuff written down. It says who it's for. It was George Gould, Jould, Gould. Says he's there, and Daniel Gould, who might have been his son or father, or who knows. They owe 2/3 to the county to having to hold said granted bargain premises with all the appurtenances. That's a big word I need to look up, and that's saying a lot. Yeah, furthermore, I said Daniel Googled for myself, her executors, administrators. It's very legal. But this is something you can read. Take time and read it. It's written very nice. And it does have all that nice writing. And it's thick paper, which I think has helped it survive. I mean, this is good court paper. I'm a guy. I have to ask 25 on this piece. I know that's a lot for this channel, but this is a special piece. I've had it for a little while. I've appreciated it. It's time to move it on. If anybody is interested at all, I have two other pieces that I pulled out. One's a will and testament, and one's an indenture. And I'll probably go through those. Also, they won't be 25. They'll probably be 20. So, yeah. So there you go. Signed to the day, the 24th day of April, 1845. Mortgage deed. Go find the house. Say, hey, get out of there. I own it. Here's proof. Here's the providence. Like I said, here I can read this. It's from the judge. In Cranston. So that is the name. This 14th day of April, 1845, personally appeared to me within named Daniel Gould and acknowledged the same to be here voluntarily and at the deed in hand and seal before me, Will M. Cook, Justice Peace. So, could you hold my bison? Yeah, sure, absolutely, Kathy, no problem. You're a member in good standing, absolutely. Everybody here is. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I know it sounds like a lot, and it might be, but this will be going up on eBay after I hold on to it for a little while longer. But if you're interested, I'll do 25, and I really don't want to do anything less on it. So, yep, that's what I got. That's where I'm going to end it. I want to thank everybody for your purchases. Bob, I'll hold your orders for another week. like I said, next week I'm going to pull out more of the 1845 stuff. I'm going to pull out more of the journal stuff. You ladies want to see that? Sure, why not? I'd like to see some of my creations. So it's because they are kind of my creations. So yeah, and maybe it's a good way for me to get rid of the stuff other than just throwing it away, which doesn't make me feel any better. Anyway, I want to thank you ladies for showing up. I tell you what, next Tuesday, let me push it to 7:45. I'll start 7:45 because I always talk for like 15 minutes anyway, and then I'll start selling at 8 o'clock and we'll go from there. Okay. And I'll try and package up really fancy like that other person did for you, Veronica. I seriously doubt I could be that fancy. So, I want to thank everybody for showing up. I appreciate you ladies all the time. I really do. I could be anywhere and you showed up here. Thank you very much. It really does mean a lot to me. And everybody have a fantastic night, just like Linda said. Um, I'll see you next Tuesday. Let's push the time back instead of 7:30, 7:45. Okay? Uh, yeah. I'll see you ladies. Thank you very much. Whee.